And exercise is wonderful. If you checked out some of my other videos, you know I'm a real big exercise fan. I think it does wonderful things for the brain. It elevates your mood. It will help with the depression, with things that lead you ultimately to overeat, because you're feeding those feelings that you have with food. Feed them with exercise. The high you get from exercise and the wonderful feeling you get from it will replace that feeling that you get from food. And then when you exercise, you tend to crave healthier foods because you're hungry for things that you've used up. You want proteins, you want carbohydrates, fruits, things like that, because that's what your body needs. And water. You've got to drink a lot of water. Water is so important. Very often, we can't tell the difference between thirst and hunger. Our bodies sometimes lose that ability. So first drink some water, and then you see if you're still hungry, you know you're hungry. You weren't just thirsty. But it does take up room in the tummy, so that can at least help you not eat so much. But of course, if you're used to binge eating and you've been doing it for a long time, you've stretched your stomach so it can hold more. And what you want to do is start shrinking it back again, getting it used to less and less food so that you can avoid that always eating more and more feeling, and leading, of course, to the negative feelings. So exercise, if you can, start small. Even if it's just walking up and down your stairs in your house, that's burning calories. And as soon as you start exercising, very often you lose those food cravings. Very often I'll go for an evening walk, and lots of times I like to have my dessert later on in the evening after dinner. But I find in the summer I like to go for a walk. And on those nights that I do go for a walk, I don't even really want anything when I get home. I lose that craving that comes from whatever it is probably just idle time. But I get those feel-good feelings from walking, and it replaces that little need for sugar. Maybe I'm a little tired at night, and I need a little pick-me-up, and the walk kind of gives me that energy. Even if you can, if you're very overweight and your feet hurt and your joints hurt because of it, just try to take maybe just a walk down the block and back, and just practice that. And keep adding to that, baby steps. Don't be hard on yourself. It's a commitment. It's a commitment of time, because if you commit your lifestyle and you commit the time, and you don't give yourself a time frame like, okay, I've got to lose this by X date, or by the summer, or by a wedding. Don't do that to yourself, because that puts too much pressure on yourself. Just say, I'm changing my life. I want to lead a better life. And however long it takes, that's how long it's going to be for me. And if I make mistakes, that's okay. I'm going to pick myself up, and I'm going to move right along again. If I fall back and I overeat, well, okay, I forgive myself. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow I'm going to do better. And you let that day go, because you will trip up. You will make mistakes. You will fall back on it. But the important thing is that you keep going, that you keep trying, because that's what life is all about. It's about trying to make it happen for you. And it takes hard work. Nobody ever said it was easy. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy. Everything takes work, no matter what it is. But it's through the hard work that you get that wonderful feeling of accomplishment. That feeling that nobody can give you, you can't buy it. It only comes from hard work. And I'm a big believer in that, and I tell my kids that all the time, because I want them to be successful people in life, and I want them to know that nothing comes easy, and that you really do have to work at the things you want. And believe it or not, you can achieve your goals, because when you want it badly enough, you will seek out what you need to do to make it happen for yourself. So you'll seek the help that you need. And it's out there. You're not alone. It's something that you can overcome. So don't suffer alone. Start reading about it. Start practicing the tips that I talked to you about. The small meals throughout the day, so you can stave off that excessive hunger. Many of you have lost the feeling of when you're hungry, because you're so used to always eating so much, and you're eating for emotional reasons and not to feed your body. Try to get in touch with that again. And that comes through keeping the mind active, distracting yourself with other things. There's so many things that you probably want to do that you don't do because you're kind of stuck in your circle of eating. Maybe you stay home because of that, or you watch too much television, or you don't go to social gatherings, or whatever it is that, you'll ask yourself, gee, what have I given up in my life? And you know what, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to change. I want things to be different. And you see everybody out there doing things and you wish you could do it, but you can. You can. You can do it. Believe in yourself, because you can. There's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it, really. Give it a try. And seek the help you need. See your doctor, support groups, anything that will help you deal with the emotional side of things. And like I said, I wouldn't recommend dieting because that deprivation can lead to binge eating. What you need to do is develop the healthy relationship and manage the eating, selecting good foods, being careful not to say you feel like you want to have something sweet and the 15 minutes seems very long for you to wait to get rid of the craving. Well, don't torture yourself. Have a little something to get you over the hump. Have a cookie or two. But don't just, I've seen people, pop a whole Oreo cookie right in their mouth, 2 bites and swallow it. Don't do that. Try to have, try to enjoy it. Try to take 2 or 3 bites. And then have another one if you need it. Have some dark chocolate. It's great for you. It's healthier for you. Try to make better choices. I love chocolate-covered almonds. I buy them at Trader Joe's, and I always feel like, okay, I'm actually having something healthy with my wonderful treat of chocolate that I absolutely adore. I mean, I love chocolate, and chocolate is actually a wonderful antioxidant for you, but like anything in excess, it's not good for you. But if you have small amounts of it, it's great. So if you have a little bit of something just to tide you over, to get you through that 15 minutes till you move on to something else, you've had a big accomplishment. And reward yourself. And I don't mean reward yourself with more food. I mean with whatever little thing. Must be other things in your life that you really do like. Do that. Do your hobby. Do something fun for yourself. Rent a fun movie. Treat yourself good because you deserve it. Everyone has to feel a little bit of a reward when they work hard. You have to treat yourself because you say, oh, job well done. Look at that. I got through the day. Look what I've accomplished. Even if it's one small little thing. Maybe you held yourself off for 15 minutes once that day. That was better than you did the day before. And you build on that. You always build on that. It's just like starting out crawling and then you're walking. Nobody jumps to walking. So be easy on yourself. Take it easy for yourself. And I wish you so much luck. I hope this sheds a little bit of light on binge eating. And for those of us who struggle with mild binge eating, maybe it'll give you a chance to look at why you're doing it and stop that as well. Lots of times people just, they're dieting and that leads to it. They don't have the emotional side of it, which is the complete disorder. But, they have some of it because they're depriving themselves and then they just let themselves go and then they regret it and they go run 50 miles and all that other stuff. You try to develop a better way of being more moderate with your food. And I know it's hard, but keep trying. And when you fall, pick yourself back up again and try again. Be kind to yourself because you're only human and you're going to make mistakes. But the key is to keep going. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very helpful, discussing a topic that's a very common problem for everyone out there. I hope you'll find my tips are helpful, and that you please subscribe because I do have a lot more to come, lots of helpful things, interesting topics, something for everyone. Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for viewing. Bye-bye now.